not only by air. Last autumn I took one to southern Sweden. It was a family bargain holiday on which you take your car, and it began with a mini cruise across the North Sea. This rather smart ship is a Danish cruise liner going to Gothenburg in southern Sweden. The service operates several times a week, departing from Harwich on the right side of England. When we heard of a special off-season break priced at just £55 for 5 days, it seemed too good to miss. A couple of nights in Sweden, plus the overnights going and coming back on board ship.
But this is a mini cruise, not just a crossing. And when the weather's kind and the North Sea's calm, what could be nicer than sitting on deck enjoying the sun?
Now, I'm not trying to kid you that the North Sea is always so even-tempered, but even if it weren't, it's very nice to go travelling on these liners. Forget the scramble and squeeze of the cross-channel ferries. You're not at all in the same boat. Just as there's room to park a deck chair aft, there are acres of carpeted space inside and the comforts of a floating hotel to look forward to. Having driven your car below and settled in, you can start to recce the layout. A big, cheap and cheerful coffee shop is one of 2 main eating areas. Now, this is a boon if you're aiming to keep your spending in check. As the crossing takes almost a full day and night, there's quite a lot of eating to pay for on voyage. Generous platefuls of chicken, chips and salad can be had for around £3. That was the dish of the day when we were aboard. And there's a huge selection of open sandwiches and snacks, which are really delicious. And all good value. You can pay in British and Swedish currency. Anyone with small children in tow would feel more at ease with the wipeable tabletops in the coffee shop. But there is an alternative. A more expensive restaurant, though it's still exceptionally good value. A set dinner at £6.50, that's without wine, a Scandinavian buffet lunch at just under £5, and a vast help-yourself breakfast for £3, which could almost last you all day. Between meals, you've got to work hard to cram in all there is on offer. A choice of the latest films to see at the cinema, a swim in the pool, or a bake in the sauna. Or you can just sit and watch the sea go by. Take the opportunity to do nothing very much. That's, after all, one of the pleasures of cruising. There's a duty-free shop, but you won't find it stocked with bargains. Wine and spirits are so much more expensive in Sweden to begin with, there's little, if any, saving for us. Except, on a package holiday, you can take up their special duty-free offer. For about £16, this allows you a litre of spirits, a couple of litres of wine, and 200 cigarettes, and that's worth having. Fun and games for the little ones are laid on in the children's playroom. By the way, the reductions for children on this ship are more generous than most. If you're just taking the crossing, under 4s travel free, and under 16s travel at half price. And on this bargain mini cruise, one child under 16 goes free with each adult. What you save, you can fritter away in the casino. That's the only problem aboard a ship like this, the number of temptations to make you part with your krona. But since the holiday itself is a snip, perhaps you can afford to splurge a little. Well, this is the cabin that you get on the deal. 4 bunks. This one here, of course, becomes a bed at night, but you've got somewhere to sit during the day. And these pull down fairly easily, no special effort. They've got duvets. Really, it's compact, I suppose, for 4 people, but you have everything you need, including a shower and loo. It's good to know that efficient stabilisers will keep the boat from rocking too much when it's rough. So on a fair night with the wind in the right direction, you do the rocking. Unless you're a very bad sailor, this voyage to Sweden will really set you up. A bit of rest and relaxation before you hit the trail again. The disembarkation procedure usually calls for a certain amount of patience, but off-season, when it's less crowded, the queues move quickly. Before you know it, wheels are rolling on Swedish soil.